What fool thing is Johnny doing now? Well, here we go. Lee Hacklin, private investigator in Psychiatric Retreat, Chapter 6. When I buzzed the intercom of Dr. Franz Heinrich's Park Avenue condominium penthouse suite, it wasn't his voice who answered. Hello? Oh, hi, Dr. Anderson, it's Lee Hacklin. May I speak with you and Dr. Heinrich for a few minutes, please? The plot thickens. I had a feeling about those two. A doorman held the door open for me. I gave him $5. His smile said thank you, but his eyes said cheap bastard. Not safe for work. My ears popped as I rode up the glass elevator. I had to will away a feeling of vertigo. Skydiving was not in the cards for me. Come on in, Lee. I'm not as status anxious as Franz there. Please call me Derek. We shook hands and I stepped into the Xanadu of penthouse condo suites. So this is material wealth. I whistled and said, "You patients must be Rockefellers and oil barons." Derek laughed and said, "We're doing okay, I guess. Please have a seat." Derek was still in his suit. Franz was wearing a white housecoat and lounging on a plush couch. His suit was probably at the dry cleaners, or maybe a back alley dumpster, pun intended. Franz placed his copy of Psychology Today on a coffee table and said, "I'm not status anxious, Derek. I just think there's a time and a place for decorum and protocol. I'm Dr. Heinrich to you, Hacklin." "Fine by me, Doc. Is Werner home?" I heard something shatter on the floor of what I assumed was the kitchen. I further assumed that the answer was yes. A younger version of Franz entered the living room. He was around 20, morbidly obese, and wore a t-shirt with the image of Pol Pot. Wow. "Sorry, Dad. Butterfingers." "Well, that's because you never pay attention to what you're doing. Werner, this character here is Lee Hacklin. Against my better judgment, we've hired him to help catch the shrink wrapper." I gave Werner my toothiest grin and said, "How was it the first time?" "Ain't nothing like the first time, is there?" Not safe work. "Was it exciting? Did you get a H on? Did you C-word in your pants?" Franz stood and yelled, "How dare you!" Derek was rubbing his eyes. He said, "Oh my God." I said, "Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I can prove it." Franz was losing his mind. "In the few short hours since we were in your office. I'm good at this. Now I'm open to terms. We agree on a big fat check, and this evidence I have goes up in smoke." I hoped my nose wasn't growing. Werner yelled, "He's lying, Dad. Get him out of here." I continued, "We don't agree, and this evidence that I have goes to the New York Times. Werner here spends the rest of his life behind bars, not the fun kind, and doctors, your careers go the way of T-Rex." Derek grabbed Werner's shirt and shook him. "Did you kill our friends? Answer me." It was awful, but I had to bite my tongue. I had an image of Adam West as Batman asking him the same question. Franz attempted to separate them. What's more fun than family drama? It's a first draft. Thanks for watching. Happy Thursday. Don't forget, God loves you. And so does Johnny. Cheers.